This question is from NEET 2018. So as usual, in the first step, we think about what is the topic. So in this question, it's very simple. The topic is prism, ray optics. So let's draw a prism. The question says, one face is mirrored. Okay? Now, in the second step, we consider what is being asked. So, the question is asking us the angle of incidence. Say, a ray is incident here, then it gets refracted. So, for some condition, the question is asking us this angle of incidence. Right? We have to find the angle of incidence for which something happens here. So first thing we have to understand is we have to find I. Now in the third step, let's see what is the data given. In the question it says that this ray, after falling on this mirror, retraces its path. So see, these words are important. It says the ray retraces its path. Now, you should remember that when the questions are framed in the examination, there are some typical phrases which are used by the question setter. Okay? So, whenever you see these words, retraces its path, that means the ray falls on this mirror perpendicularly. So immediately it should strike your mind that this ray will fall on this mirror perpendicularly, because only then it will come back the way it had come. It will retrace its path. Okay? So, from these words, retraces its path, we get the value of this angle. This angle is 90 degree. Okay? In the question, it's given the angle of the prism is 30 degree. Okay? So these are the data given. Now see, in the third step, we think about the formulas which are there in this topic. So in the prism, what are the formulas? The most important formula which usually come to our mind is the formula for angle of minimum deviation. Delta m is equal to sine of something by sine of a by 2, that one. But in this particular question, there is no mention of any deviations as such. So we do not have to use that formula here. Okay? There are some other formulas like a equal to r1 plus r2, right? Or deviation is equal to I plus e minus a. These formulas are there. Now, in the fourth step, let's apply the data given to the question asked. So we have to find I. We don't have to use the formula for angle of minimum deviation. Okay? So, at this point, what formula can we use? So, if this is I, this we usually call R1, this is called R1. So, if we use Snell's law, sine I divided by sine R1 is equal to mu. Right? This is the simple Snell's law. We are applying it at this point. Mu is given to be root 2. So this unknown we will immediately replace. It becomes easier for us. This I we have to find out. So that means from this equation, if we can find R1, so we can find I after that. So now our problem reduces to finding R1. Now how can we find R1? There are two ways of doing it. First method is, see, in this triangle we have already seen that this is 90 degree, this is 30 degree, so this will be 60 degree. So if this is 60 degree, since this is normal, so this R1 has to be 30 degree. So from here we see that R1 is equal to 30 degree. So that value, if we put here, so we get sine of I divided sine of R, R1 is 30 degree, is equal to root 2. So sine I will become root 2 into half. Sine 30 goes there, becomes half. So this is 1 by root 2. Sine I is 1 by root 2, means I is equal to 45 degree. So this is the answer for this question. Okay. So here we have found out R1 by using geometry in this triangle. Okay. As I said before, there is another method of finding R1, which is from this equation. See, A equal to R1 plus R2. I think you remember this equation. We get this equation when we derive the angle of minimum deviation for a prism. So you should remember this formula always. Okay. Now if we use the data here, A is given to be 30 degree is equal to R1 plus R2. So what was R2? R2 was the angle here. Now since this is incident at 90 degree here, so R2 will be 0. So since R2 is 0 degree, so R1 is equal to 30 degree. So this is another way of finding R1. One way is from geometry, another way is from this formula. Once you get R1, put it here, calculate it, you will get I to be 45 degree. Clear? See, in this question, I'll rate it to be of medium difficulty because you have to realize here that this means this situation. This angle is 90. Then you have to realize that you have to use Snell's law here and R2 will be 0, or you have to use geometry here to find R1. This is not difficult, but for the exam, within the time limit, when you have to do this, we have to think about all this. That's why I will rate it as medium difficulty. Clear?